Rhapsody it's a safe haven. Rhapsody it's an expression of my feelings. It gives me the comfort knowing that I can be who I want to be. It grows and fosters me into the person I want to become in the future. It's this amalgamation of creativity and emotion and feeling that everyone in the organization just wants to express.
It's vulnerable, it's commitment, it's time consuming, it's all you will ever know for 6 months. It's hard, it's easy, it hurts a lot.
It's hard to explain to people why we love it so much. It's like we come with like bruises or cuts or whatnot all over us and be like, oh, and complain about it, and they're just like, why do you do it? It's like, I just love it. It's my passion, it's what's inside me.
Rhapsody isn't just a guard that spins. We're a guard that loves each other. We perform, we put that into our performance, that love and the passion that we have for it.
The members of the organization are like your brothers and sisters. Like sometimes you fight with them, sometimes you just can't get enough of them. But overall, it's your home. Rhapsody is my home because that's where I go when I need to de-stress, when I want to have fun, when I want to work hard, where I feel comfortable and safe and happy.
I have been dreaming about being on Rhapsody since I saw them perform my freshman year at my very first competition ever. They have formed from a dream to a family, to a comfort zone, to something that I look forward to every weekend. Rhapsody is a really amazing place to be.
With Rhapsody, I feel like I really belong. It's this family that you can't get anywhere else.
Planned out going this northern route.
I did. Hey, let's see if we can go the southern route.
There's less mountainous passes.
There's less mountainous passes, and it's gonna be the same temperature, I know. All right, let's go. Well, I guess it's all kids, huh?
We've been in this van for a really, really long time.
About how long?
Almost 24
days.
hours.
Oh yeah, yeah, almost.
Almost made it.
Yeah, we're almost there.
You guys excited to get off?
Yes.
Our focus this weekend here in Denver at our big WGI regional is to go out and have 2 great runs of our show so we can find out where we're going to stand competitively against the rest of the nation competition when we get to WGI in a few weeks.
In our local circuit, we don't have any other competitors this year, so the only chance that the A-Guard gets to see any other A-Guard in their class and see kind of where they rank with them is going to be this weekend.
We just drove 24 hours out here to Denver. It's been a long day, but right into rehearsal, get our bodies loosened up and get ready to have a good weekend.
This year, everything was planned out, and it all kind of fell through at the last minute. About 24 hours before we were supposed to leave, the armory where we were staying at Heavy Burst Pipe, and we couldn't even get in for rehearsal, so that left us with 24 hours to scramble to find housing, and that was also our rehearsal space for our color guards, so that left us no housing and no rehearsal space.
Everyone in Denver has been wonderful and helped us out. I think fatigue is our biggest concern problem this weekend. Everyone's just tired. It's a really long drive, so as long as we can keep their energy up, I think we're going to be good to go.
Attack that rifle into your hands. Yes, attack the rifle.
This is my first year as the director for the Open Guard, so a learning experience for me, dealing with a new level of competition and taking over a new group of kids and dealing with that level. But so far it's been a really good season. It's a good group of kids who work really well together. We've got about 4 weeks left after this competition, so it is a quick season coming up. We've got one more rehearsal weekend, and we have 2 more shows and right into World Championships. So it's going to be a quick run to the end of the season.
We actually have to score against somebody else.
Oh my goodness.
I'm super excited because this is just huge. I never thought I would ever be here, and the fact that I'm here right now performing with people that I love at a regional is super exciting. It's like a first time thing, obviously, and that just makes me really happy, especially because I can share it with all these awesome people. And the fact that I feel that we have a very good show and we perform it well. And that
when we're on, we're on.
We're on.
You better look out.
I'm excited. I can't wait for tomorrow, and I feel that there's a lot of nerves going around, and it's hard to try and damper those throughout everyone, but it's something that we need to do together as a team because it's definitely stressful, but it's definitely worth it to be here.
I know we're all nervous, but what we need to do is channel the Taylor Swift.
Channel Teacher Swift. For my first regional tomorrow. Like, we're going to be in front of people, and we're in Denver, and we've never been to Denver, and there's going to be like Denver people, but I think we can handle it. I know we can handle being in front of a new crowd of people. We're going to show them.
Sassy McSasserson. That probably was stupid.
This one. Give them a football.
So I feel like today's rehearsal went pretty well. We were all getting it. We were together, even though our nerves were trying to catch the better of us.
And we got up really early.
We definitely were fighting it. Part of it was a little rough, but I feel like for overall most part, we all came together, and it was really good. I'm surprised at how it went.
Yeah.
So
I'm ready to go. That's for sure. Regionals.
Where are we headed next?
Regionals.
Prelims.
Woo! Prelims.
So it's at Northridge, Dakota Ridge High School, I think. That's the right one.
We don't know where we're going.
We're in Colorado. We don't really know anything.
We're just riding in the van and it'll take us somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what happens.
In the pocket, legs to
Would you like cranberry?
Well, today is my first regional, and so far it's gone pretty well. It's kind of nerve-wracking, but it's exciting to see everyone and everything. And I'm excited to perform here.
What's got you nervous?
Messing up and everyone being here, and that's big. So it's the first big competition.
Side and side, 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 side and
My throat is absolutely excited.
No, come back.
Let's go.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Get it. Taylor Swift.
We got off the van and then we went right into rehearsal last night, and now we woke up and went to rehearsal this morning, and I'm tired, but I'm excited, and this is going to be so fun. I'm excited to show what Rhapsody's made of in Denver and show off. It's going to be so fun.
So the warm-up room, it is one gym for both groups that are warming up at the same time, okay? So you're going to have to listen very carefully to your instructors and not be looking at what's going on the other side of the room. Got it?
Got it.
Focus in on our voices. That should be easy because you listen to us all the time.
I get anxious sometimes, but it's always the same.
Been there, done that?
Yeah, pretty much, actually. Well, except not here. Not here. Yeah, but everywhere else. But it's just flags in a gym. It's true. And sabers and rifles. Other things. Thank you. I'm just saying. I know, it's true.
That is a good
Victoria, stop. Release. One more.
They're not just lying around on the surface. You have to see.
How's everybody doing?
Good, you see.
I'm feeling really good about this. I feel like Denver has so far treated us pretty well. Hotels, nice business, you know, getting to all the things. I think we're all right. And there's been a lot of growth over the last week. That last Sunday of rehearsal, and then even just today, like you're starting to lock things in, and that's great. So always make sure that you keep focusing on these things. This 100% all in, all the time thing is definitely paying off. So you gotta fight for it. Here's our number. Yeah, this is our number. Right? We all know what this means, yes?
Yes.
Right? So you have one job to do, and that's to go out there and do your show better than anybody else can do their show.
Yes.
Do your show the way you do your show, because nobody else will do your show like you do it. You are the masters of your own show. Got it?
Yes.
Yes, you are the masters of the universe.
You're gonna get a better show.
We will still go over to the other place and rehearse about 4:30. We might push it back a little bit depending on this next thing I'm about to talk about. We will not pull out the floor because we don't need to. So we'll just go in there. You'll have time to spin on your own, take care of the business you need to. We might run a couple things together, take a few tosses, do a standstill run, but it's not going to be a full out, open to floor rehearsal, right? So just be some individual spin time. Because ensemble, you guys had a really fantastic run. It was really, really great. And the crowd seems to be very friendly with us.
Oh yeah.
High among them is education.
Education is when the leg extends.
Yeah, this one?
Yep.
Yeah. So high education. Do it. Wait.
Just take away.
High among them.
Education.
Possible. Yeah. Like that?
Well, we did really well in the first round. We were so proud of them. They went out there and they showed how hard they've been working. We were a little bit nervous, a little bit scared, but we're going to be way better this second round because they're going to be confident. They've done it once, they can do it again, and we're going to be awesome.
The only thing I want to tell you guys before we go into one, before we perform, is you guys did a really good job in prelims. As you can tell by the score, we did a really good job, but don't get complacent. Don't think, oh, we did great, we'll be fine. Really focus, do the same thing you did. Think of all the things, think of the little things that you want to improve, and really work on those, okay? Because we can do even better. You can always do better, okay?
I don't know why you're getting so worked up. Just go whatever it is, we're just here to do color. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're just here to have fun and do color. And as long as you have fun out there, then I don't care about anything else. Okay?
Okay. Got you.
Yeah, have your buddy.
I don't have a buddy.
My friends.
Oh my goodness.
So number 6 went down pretty hard, right?
Yes.
It was a good run this morning. No steps backwards. No steps backwards, right? After the run, after the rehearsal that we had, we know that it's in you. Yeah? We know that it's there, and you know that it's there. Yes? No steps backwards. Here's your number. Right? Oh, God. Here's your number. Yeah? Yeah? Just gotta go blow it out of the water. Do your job. Do what you know how to do.
In second place, with a score of 77.82, Rhapsody A.
That's not appropriate. We can yell when we get over there.
Are we gonna take a picture with the horse, the Bronco?
We are. We are. Yeah!
Yeah! I'm gonna need you to film this entire event right now.
It says here, WGI, Denver Color Guard Regional, Independent Open Class
Champion! First place!
Oh.
First place!
And the date today is the 8th of 2014.
It was a big shocker because I was first told that we came in last, and so I was like super depressed, and then I found out we came in second, and so my whole day was just lifted from that.
I was really happy. I feel like we had really good runs.
Yeah.
And we definitely fought for it. And
T-Swift!
Yeah, T-Swift all the way.
T-Swift it.
We fought, and I feel like we earned that second place, and I'm very happy with that. And I'm sure we all are. We were jamming on the way back to the hotel.
We are here at the end of our very long day here in Denver, and the Open Guard just had 2 great runs today. Their second run was absolutely fantastic, some really great moments, and I'm really proud of them. And between round 1 and round 2, the Open Guard jumped up and became the Denver Regional Champions. So I say that Denver has been a successful trip for us. It's been a long drive and a long day today, but everything turned out to be really great at the end, and I couldn't be happier.
It came with a box. It came with a box. See, this is why you know we're grandmas, because we're more excited about the box that it came in than the actual trophy.
It's so fancy!
Who dented the box?
It was dented before I got it.
That's why we have nice things.
Oh. The things that we're going to take back with us is the hard work and dedication that we put forth, and we're definitely going to continue that, because if it wasn't for all that hard work and dedication, we wouldn't be here, and we wouldn't be taking first and second.
Yeah. I think we're also going to take back some more like group bonding positivity. Is that a word? I don't know.
You can make it a word.
It's a word. Positivity. The season's been like really awesome, and just watching everyone, even the vets, grow further, and watching Rhapsody grow further in a different direction is awesome. And just how we grow as a team and how our show has developed is amazing.
In the beginning of the season, there's often a lot more cliques and people who take other people under their wing, and almost like a mentor-mentee relationship, whereas I feel like by the end of the season, people are more on the same level, and it's easier to say like we're all equal instead of somebody feeling less than another person because we've spun together for so long.
When you get to auditions, generally you don't really know a lot of people, or the people you do know, you've just seen at shows, you don't necessarily know them. But after auditions the first day, you start talking to them, and then you're like, these people are really cool and interesting. And as the season progresses, you start to develop these relationships with other people, and you become lifelong friends with them, even if you didn't think that would happen, because of how much time and you're around them and how much time you both put into this activity.
Spending 17 hours every weekend spinning with your friends is probably one of the most magical moments you can ever feel. And it really brings a lot of color guard shows together. Even though it may not seem like it, sweating, bleeding, and crying all together really forms a really strong guard, and it really shows on the floor.
At the beginning I was really scared of everyone, like scared of what they would think of me and stuff, which is silly because they're like family. It's hard to imagine my season without those people. I became very close with everybody on so many different levels. I'm pretty self-conscious to do stupid stuff in front of people, but with them it was just completely different because we were all doing stupid stuff together, and it was just really awesome. And
I feel as if they are some people that I can go to in any time that I need someone to lean on or talk to. They're the kind of people that won't judge you, that they're just there to support you no matter what. Whether it's something you've done or planning on doing or currently doing, whether good or bad or life-changing, they're there to like help you and encourage you through it. And it's just amazing knowing that I have so many people to go to that are there for me, that'll be there to help encourage me.
I was in band for 6 years, and that was supposed to be my said family that I could always talk to, but that really wasn't the case. Here at Guard, everyone was there for the same reason. Everyone was there for the passion that they have for Guard and the love for performing and doing the things that they love, and that was incredible because you can't get a group like that everywhere you go.
You're around people for 6 months every weekend, and you feel at first that you're not gonna hang out with them afterwards, or you're not going to grow a very close bond with them, but you know you're gonna perform with them and you'll have time to spend with each other each weekend. But it's been more than that, and it's been really nice to find people that enjoy the exact same thing that you do. You enjoy coming every weekend and spending with them and going on trips with them. And then even now, after the season's been over for almost a month, I hung out with Rhapsody people yesterday, and it was like we never even stopped hanging out on weekends. I mean, it was fantastic to feel like you're in a family atmosphere no matter what you go through or where your distance is from these people.
Today is the last day of rehearsal, which is also teal day, where everyone wears teal and it's all fun, and we have Rhapso hype. And today is also special because we have alumni coming in and watching us perform our last run through here, and also we're having a barbecue during lunch. And it's just fun to have the alumni come because like, we like seeing old people.
Right now, all the kids are packing up all the equipment, all the floor, the flags, and we're putting the floor on a big pallet outside the doors, and we're gonna ship it with a big shipping company to Dayton, Ohio, since we can't take it on the plane with us. And then we are putting all the flags in a flag bag and duct taping it all up so it's waterproof, and then sending it. We're gonna check it with some kids because they have to take it on the plane with them. And then we're gonna put all of our equipment in one of those totes and check it all on the plane. So at the end of our last rehearsal of the year, we have to make sure everything's kind of compact and, you know, compiled into one thing so that nothing gets lost. We're taking extra flags, we're taking a little bit of extra equipment, because, you know, you have to plan for everything. And then all the kids are taking their own costumes and putting them in their carry-on, so just in case luggage gets lost. We just like to plan for every occasion because we've had tons of stuff happen to us in the past, so we're kind of seasoned pros.
You guys have to go up, and you don't allow yourself to get swallowed up by the space. Like, it's okay for you to try and be as big as the space, and that's what you need to do, okay? Like, you really have to do that. So, and the arena is just like, you know, if you go and do some Google searches, you might find some images of the arenas to help prepare you. You can actually street them.
Oh, we ended early! I'll see you all in Ohio. Yay! Get out of here. So it's currently Tuesday, April 1st.
About a little after 10:30. We still have an hour for our flight to Dayton, Ohio for World Championships. Woo! We're gonna be there for a whole week.
5 days.
5 days.
Almost a week.
Almost a week.
We come back on Sunday, so we're excited. It's my first time.
First time, it's my last time.
Aww. I'm pretty excited because I've never been. I'm really excited to see the World Guards.
It's really fun. I'm really excited to see old members that are now in World Guard, and I'm just hopefully anticipating finals, Karma Cap, all that sort of thing. I don't know, I'm just ready to do this. We have a job to do and I'm ready to do it.
It's 5:40 in the morning and we're in Chicago O'Hare Airport.
In the light tunnel.
In the light tunnel, yeah.
Next destination is Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio. We flew all night and now we're finally here. And now we're going straight to the hotel so we can finally get some sleep before we could do lots and lots of things, which are...
We are going to sleep for as long as we can, possibly fit in some food after that, and then we have practice from 6 till 8. And then we're gonna come home and go to sleep and get ready for the show tomorrow.
We are here in Dayton, Ohio for the Winterguard International World Championships, or WGI if you will. This is the end of the season for all the groups. We have worked all season to perfect ourselves as much as we can and get ready for this final round of competition. We've been to regional competitions to see how we fare up against the rest of the country and the rest of the world. And here is where we get put to the test head to head to line up ourselves going into the end of the season.
We try to keep rehearsal pretty much as solid as we can, not changing a whole lot. We try to keep the flow of rehearsal very similar. We try to keep the corrections that we give very similar. We try not to overwhelm anyone with extra information at the end. We try to be very confidence boosting in the way that we approach our rehearsals. If we do have corrections, we give them minor detail corrections and more performance-based information.
But it is actually great to be here. I've been in Ohio several times actually, in other bits, Cleveland and Columbus, but never to Dayton. And it reminds me of home because I'm from England. And it's miserable there as well, so... What am I going to say? I really wish I wasn't in Dayton this evening.
When we're at the end of the season, people feel relief because our job's finally done and we're finished performing with it. And it's sad because you're never gonna be on the floor with these people ever again. And I think this year it's especially sad because we have a lot of people aging out and a lot of people who are moving on to something different and different places. It's especially sad for me because I know I'm not gonna come back next season. And like Stacy's leaving and Chicken's leaving and like all of these people who have been the core of Rhapsody for so long are too old or leaving. So it's definitely really sad.
The feeling about this being one of our last performances makes me really sad. But I'm also really upset that I didn't do this for years before because I think this has been the best Winterguard season of my life. I got to perform with people who have more passion than I do, people who want to be there every single weekend, want to do better, want to go to finals, want to just make a difference in the color guard world and make everyone better around them and support them. So I am beyond excited to perform with them for one of the last times tonight.
I think both color guards right now are in a really good place. The open guard seems to be in a pretty zen spot. They're usually a little quirky, so I can't decide, I guess, if that's good nerves or bad nerves right now. But the open guard is definitely in a very solid place, I think, mentally. The A guard, I think, is over the top excited to be a part of this whole experience and to be a part of the organization and to be at their first WGI. It's a lot more excitement on their end, but they seem to be really good at keeping it together and not letting that affect their maturity when they're in performance and rehearsal.
Hey, sleepy time! Let's go to bed. All right, so we need to fold it back this way. Yeah, just like we did at home. Fold it to the back. We are gonna go out that door. I can go back up the van.
All right. Well, good morning. It is currently Thursday, April 3rd. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning right now. We are getting ready to go downstairs and do like a stretch dance block before heading off to prelims at WGI. So we're doing as much as we can now to get ready before stretching and movement stuff, and then getting ready later, leaving in some vans and doing a warm up. So it's all pretty exciting. It's Debbie time, so yeah.
I'm feeling pretty nervous, but I know that's just the butterflies. Hopefully those will go away so that I can actually perform my show instead of just having nervous face.
It's been fun with this group of individuals, like especially because we all click pretty well. So it'll be sad to see some of them go because some people just don't come back. I'm just excited.
Are doing very great so far. We're actually super impressed with how calm they are. They're here to do their job, and even though they're so excited and they have so many emotions going, they are keeping calm and making sure they take care of what they need to do, and I think we're going to be great. 6 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4.
Thank you. I'm feeling excited and a little nervous, of course. I'm just scared of letting people down.
I'm super pumped. I've always wanted to be here, and now I finally am. This is kind of like a dream come true.
It's exciting, so we're gonna
definitely exciting.
Yeah,
we're gonna be good.
Prelims at WGI was crazy. I've been waiting 4 years for that moment. Like, it's always been my dream to perform with Rhapsody at WGI. Like, for all of my high school career, I've been thinking about it. So there was a lot of pressure on me from myself, mostly. I was just mostly just really nervous and scared I wasn't gonna do the show justice, which was really important to me because that was my first show with Rhapsody, so I wanted it to be a good one.
I've been in band for 6 years, and I marched flute for 3 years, and I've been on stage, and it didn't compare to that at all. I was kind of nervous, not in the sense that I was gonna mess up, just nervous in the fact that I was there and I had all these emotions going on and wasn't sure how I was gonna perform. I definitely put a lot into it, and I feel like everyone on the A Guard did as well, which was awesome, and you could definitely feel that at prelims.
I know that as a former performer and as a director, going into World Championships is always quite exciting with the emotions. There's a lot of energy going along as we get to watch other color guards compete and we get to watch our friends compete. It can definitely lead to the nerves, but some nerves are always good. We don't want to get too overconfident in ourselves, and we want to keep pushing ourselves to get better.
Well, probably the biggest challenge is just that we're going so long without a rehearsal. We had a rehearsal between 6 to 8 last night, and we performed tonight at 10:35. So that's a really long time to not have a rehearsal.
But we've watched some pretty awesome guards, which has kind of given some of us some anxiety, but a lot of like excitement at the same time to really have, you know, other guards around us that are stronger and ready to compete as much as we are. So going into prelims, I'm pretty excited and pretty pumped. I'm excited. Oh my gosh, it's my first WGI.
I think there's a lot of positive energy that we have going on. We've improved a lot over the last couple of weeks. We've had great rehearsals. So I think the energy level's in a good place, and the mental situation for all the kids are in a great place to go into our first run tonight.
What?
No, I don't. Wait, baby. Do
you like apples?
Open Guard friends, how are you feeling tonight?
Good.
I feel really good about tonight. I think you have grown so much in the last 2 weeks that you are very ready and very mentally prepared to be doing what you're about to do. Yes? Yeah? You have one job. You do it better than anybody else can do it, right? You do your show better than anybody else can do your show. So when you got there to do your show tonight, you just do your job. Keep your brain focused, keep your mind in the right place, and just do what you know how to do the best. Yeah?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. You guys, you know, you have all the information. You know all the information, and you've been doing all the information so amazingly the last week and a half that there's nothing else that you have to worry about except going out there and keep doing your job. I know some of you individually will feel differently than this, but I think that was a really solid prelims run.
Yeah.
Yeah? There were definitely some weird things that happened, but the fact that they were weird things is kind of like, okay, that was the nerves talking, right? As opposed to like, oh, that happened again, right? Yeah. So it was definitely like a nerves thing, and now that we're out of the way, we're out of the way. As far as prelims are concerned, that was a completely solid prelim. I'm completely satisfied with it. Sean gave us claps and said that he was completely satisfied. And he said to tell the 9 rifles, thank you for the 6s.
After prelims, it was pretty mixed on all emotions. We were really happy that we'd, you know, gotten through the show, but I could tell it wasn't everyone's strongest run, or they just didn't want to end on that note. They wanted to be better and have a cleaner run, or do the things that they know they can do but they didn't do in prelims.
After prelims, I personally didn't feel like I had the best run through I could have had. I've had way better run throughs in the past, and that was not the one that I know I'm capable of. Ensemble-y, I know that we are capable of much better. That was something that we didn't want to show to everyone else, especially at WGI. And we wanted semis to make sure that we could prove that we were a better color guard than that.
Both rounds of the final rounds of me performing, I dropped, and it happens. You lose sight of choreography, you lose sight of what you need to do. In a split second, it may seem like your entire performance was ruined, but you move on, you do your job, and by the end of it, you forget that anything like that had ever happened.
knowing Semis was going to be my last run was really disappointing because it meant that the season was over and I wasn't going to be performing anymore. Like, I wasn't going to be seeing my friends every weekend, and I wasn't going to be like rehearsing, and I wasn't going to be like in pain from catching my rifle hard, or like having my muscles be sore from dancing all day. And it was disappointing knowing that I wasn't going to have that feeling anymore. At the same time, I was really excited because I got to perform my show, and the show was my favorite Winterguard show, in a huge, huge stadium in front of so many people that I love, and that made it, like, that made the disappointment balance with the excitement, and it was the best performance of my life.
regardless of what happens the rest of the night. Thank you.
Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry?
Was by far the best run we've had. Absolutely. Everything was amazing. So.
Oh my god. Ugly cry. Where's the apple?
I hope.
Where's the apple? Oh, go back in.
I hope all of you, and it seems like you are excited for what just happened, and I hope you feel like it was fantastic. So, thank you, and this is definitely a time to celebrate for you.
My hormones.
I think we all just felt really confident and really comfortable. We had a really good rehearsal this morning. We were prepared for today, and I think for 4 of us in this room right now, it was a good time to have the mindset that it is our last, and we were out there together, feeling great, owning that floor, and just doing what we love to do and with the people that we love.
It was with all my heart. I went out there, I definitely did all the things I knew I should do. I pointed my toes, I smiled, I was sad at the right points. And knowing that was my last run was relieving because it felt like I'd come full circle and done my job as a performer for Rhapsody. But at the same time, I knew that that was my last run. I'm glad I gave it my all, but it was the last time I would ever perform that show, and ever with the people around me too.
A fellow performer of mine was in tears, and you knew that it was her last. You could feel that it was her last performance. It didn't hit me yet. And I kind of explained to her, it's accepting the loss of anything. Loss of a family member or friend. It is so much a part of your life that once it's gone, there's there's a level of acceptance to it, but it will always exist. Always exist. Color guard is over. Semifinals was my last run. But it's not gone. Before I started Winter Guard, my first year of high school, I was lost. I was very lost. I didn't have a lot of friends. I had like a lot of body issues. I didn't really like myself. But then when I started Winter Guard that year, I just started to have a higher drive for pushing myself and being confident in myself, because when you perform, you have to be confident, otherwise you're going to mess up. And when being in Winter Guard changed me, because I started to build confidence, and I started to be happier with my life, and I started pushing harder in school. And today it helps me in college, because I commuted from Washington State in Pullman over to Everett, and it's hard to keep your grades up when you're traveling that much. But from the skills I learned in Winter Guard, it helped me build that. So I could leave on the weekends, I could commute that long, I could miss a week of school to go to Dayton.
So Rhapsody has changed me for the better, I think, even as a teacher and a performer for Color Guard. I feel like I have a better support system behind me, and that if I needed help from anyone on Rhapsody, or even the staff of Rhapsody, that I could call on them and ask for help or ask for guidance in a certain matter. I also feel like as a performer, I understand that it's more important to be strong with your team versus strong in your own performance. You need to have that connection with somebody on the floor in order to have just a feeling that you are passionate about what you're doing and you're passionate about your show.
I did 1 year in high school, and then my second year for Rhapsody. I've found how far I can push myself when it comes to things, how long it takes me before, say, I break down. I've figured out how well of a performer I really can be. Like, my first year in Winter Guard, I didn't really see how well I could do it, how confident I guess I really could be in myself when doing it. And once I joined Rhapsody, it was like there were so many people there to encourage me and actually tell me how good I am. And so I was able to just go out there more and perform and show people what I really love to do. And so I feel like I've found more of myself as a person also, that I can just go out and be myself on the floor when performing and not be afraid for anybody to like judge me on what it is I'm doing.
I definitely have changed in so many good ways. I've definitely come out of my shell a lot more than I thought possible, even in my personal life, not just my guard life. And I definitely feel that Color Guard has just made me change to want to better everything in my life. It makes me want to push harder for everything, not just to get better in guard, which I would love to do, but to just strive for more on a personal level as well.
Definitely work ethic. The last few months I have changed guard-wise. Just like, it's like a whole different pressure level than high school guard, which is awesome because they push me in ways that I didn't even think I could push myself, and I tend to push myself very hard. So just that, you know, I've gotten a lot better with Color Guard being a performer, which is what I came to Rhapsody to do.
From my high school, I was like, I was the only one that had been around for a while. So now I'm with these people who have all been doing it for a while or just a year, and it's really weird because it's going from being like the role model to still not necessarily not being a role model anymore, but I have other people and I'm learning so much more. Like Whitney said, like, you just learn more and you get more self-aware, and like, now I know when I'm not pointing my foot.
Oh yeah, definitely. We know.
Tell me about it, girl.
Body awareness.
Yeah.
I feel it.
There's so many, it's just, I love it.
Such stuff.
Starting in junior high, I started color guard when Rhapsody also started, and I grew up with it. I began to idolize a lot of the older members that were there, such as Catherine Eastman and Matthew Passano, and I still idolize them to this day, and they're still one of the big motivations as to why I continue to spin color guard and I continue to strive and be better. When I was in high school, one of my instructors, Katie, would always ask me what I wanted to do after I graduated, and the only thing I could really ever tell her was Rhapsody. I didn't know what else I wanted to do except color guard. Color guard was one of my biggest passions, and it still continues to be. Joining the World Guard in 2011 was one of the biggest turning points in my life. Color guard didn't just become a hobby for me, it was more of an obsession. I felt like I had to do it, or else I just feel like I wasn't living my life correctly.
Performing with Rhapsody has changed me completely, because I came from high school feeling very unconfident and not good about myself, because my high school team was led by a very dictator-like director, and she was great. Don't get me wrong, she was amazing and she made us all so good, but it was constantly negative and constantly like what you were doing wrong, never what you were doing right. And then coming to Rhapsody, especially with Jenny Mack, and she was so positive all the time, and everything was about, you're beautiful, you're doing all of this amazingly. And so I feel like that let me become more comfortable in myself and try new things and try different things and be bigger in some things and smaller in others. And I feel like that has made me just all around a way better performer, and I'm so thankful for the experience.
I think most people would really say that I'm an extremely lazy person when it comes to everything in life, but when it comes to color guard, I am 100% motivated. I always strive to be better than what I was yesterday, and there's always a chance to improve. There's no limit to how good I think anyone could be. Rhapsody has given me some of the best friends in my entire life, and I don't think I could ever give it up for anything in the world.
Winterguard is much more than the sum of its parts. It brings individuals together from different walks of life and unites them together into one family. It's about the personalized expression of the same story, a story that takes courage, dedication, sacrifice, and emotion to express. The agony of failure is overcome by the triumph of victory and the joy of performance. This is the culmination of the dreams of many souls. This is an experience with no equal. This is an act of art and passion.
It came with a box. See, this is why you know we're grandmas, because we're more excited about the box that it came in than the actual trophy.
It's so fancy!
Who dented the box? It was dented before I got it.
That's why we can't have nice things.